That blue and gold, it's an us thing. Now what you know about them Mustangs? That blue and gold, it's an us thing.
Hi, welcome to Stang Ball. Today we'll talk about last week's game against Burbank High School, in which we lost 14-15. So, Coach Swan, what happened on this week's game?
Man, we talked about it earlier in the week that this game would be like no other, right? And it really turned out to be like no other. I mean, we played the first half Friday night, and we got a thunderstorm rolled through. So the game was postponed till Saturday morning, and we had to get you guys there early. And it was just a different atmosphere, a different situation. My hat goes off to you guys, the players, because you know you guys did everything we asked of as a coaching staff as far as the game plan, and then coming back Saturday morning, bringing the energy that was necessary for us to be right there in the game. You know, play here, play there. And, you know, the game didn't go our way, but it wasn't for the lack of preparation and effort that you guys gave us Friday and Saturday.
How did the offense perform?
Friday, offense performed really well. I felt Friday, after our first drive, that the offense kind of got in the groove and we was moving the ball. Saturday was started off much of the same. We had a couple of turnovers and on our side of the field that kind of not allow us to put more points on the board. But the offensive line Friday and Saturday just dominated the game from start to finish, you know. And we just, the plays that we need to make to win the game, we just wasn't able to make those plays.
How did special teams perform this week?
Special teams did real well. We got a turnover. We was able to pin them a few times, so special teams did well. And I think you caused the turnover?
Yeah.
The host.
And how did defense do this week?
Man, defense played well. There was some things that we were kind of timid on and kind of didn't play as much attention to detail as probably needed to be. But overall, I felt the defensive line dominated the game. They stopped the run, which Burbank likes to do. They like to run the ball, and we stopped them from doing that. So defense played well.
So how much was on the line for this game?
It was a lot on the line. It was an opportunity for us to get back in the Pacific League Championship race, and also it was an opportunity for us to secure a guaranteed playoff spot.
So this week we'll look at this week's top 5 plays. At number 5, we have Kamar Watkins' fumble recovery. What happened on this play?
Thanos just being Thanos. I mean, he bust through the line of scrimmage, created the fumble, and recovered it.
At number 4, we have Brian Love's touchdown run.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in practice, we joke around about Brian being the slowest quarterback.
He still is.
So what do you think Brian was thinking on this play?
Jalik in the O-line was doing a wonderful job, and Jalik was finding holes. So the defense locked in on Jalik as a ball fake went through. So and B-Love did a good job of just reading the defense and understanding that the guy that was responsible for him was not paying attention to him. Therefore, he just took the ball and ran in the end zone.
At number 3, we have David Kimbrough's forced fumble and recovery. What happened on this play?
Man, that play was a huge momentum play because we was down 9-0 when we punted right there, and we was kind of backed up. And you went down there. I believe you got knocked down, got back up. You know, continued to play hard. Mm-hmm. He was able to knock the ball loose and put on that turnover chain.
At number 2, we have Caleb Snowden's touchdown. What was the play call for this one?
That was smash. It was smashed. They was playing. We just threw a fade to Nick, so we knew that the safety was kind of cheating over. So then we ran smash. We put Ant on the corner, and Caleb isolated on the safety. B-Love threw a dime right there for a second touchdown. And, you know, Caleb was excited. He had a wide range of emotions, you know, because his grandmother had just passed. And, you know, when you score a touchdown under those circumstances, there's a lot of emotions comes out.
So who do you think they keyed in on the most on offense?
In the passing game, I would say a combination of Ant and Nick. And then the running game, Jalik.
At number 1, we have Arianis Harrison's big catch in the fourth quarter.
Huge.
In this catch, he caught it and he immediately started crying. There was a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through your mind?
My mind was spike the ball, kill the clock, and set up a play. We had 11 seconds, so we wanted to take a shot to the end zone. And if that didn't work out, bring in the field goal unit. But their guy, Duncan Smith, I believe is his name, he made an exceptional play, sacked our quarterback, and unfortunately time ran out on us.
Well, now we'll look at this grading period's 3.0 students. Welcome back. I'm here with Dr. Gray, John Muir's principal. How are you doing today?
Doing very well. Thank you for having me, David.
Thank you for being on the show. So first I want to talk about the football team. How do you see the football team?
You know, I see the football team as a great group of young men. I know Coach Sims is doing an amazing job and the other coaches, and it's just every young man on the team I look at as an outstanding individual. So I'm proud of what they do on the field. I'm proud of how they are on campus, the leaders that they are, and how they carry themselves on the campus. And academically, they're strong. So it's a great group of young men.
Have you seen a difference from last year and this year?
I have. I've seen a big difference in terms of just how they carry their emotions on the field. I know last year there was a couple of times we had a couple of penalties in some games where they had, some late hits or something of that nature. But this year, I know Coach Sims and the rest of the coaches have done a great job of working with the young men to understand the value of keeping their cool in situations. So I've definitely seen a huge difference on the football field in that sense with the young men. Absolutely.
So you're in year 2 of being the principal of John Muir High School.
Yes.
What changes have you seen in the school?
I think I've seen a couple of changes. I think one of the biggest changes I've seen is just interacting with the students. Once again, for me, in my first month on campus, I didn't get to see a lot of interaction between the students, and I walked around the campus and I didn't like some of the clothes being off people's butts and some language I would hear, and some just how clean the campus was. And so, at our first assembly, Mr. James, myself, talked with the students about having pride in the campus and having pride in themselves. And I've seen that community kind of come back in terms of having pride in the school. So for me, that's one of the biggest changes I've seen is just the pride the students have in the school. I know our ASB president this year, Cynthia Hill, is doing a great job of posters around the campus and showing that school spirit also. So a lot of great things going on.
So we all know you're very interactive with the kids. We always see you dancing at assemblies. We have turn-ups in the quad. So how does that make you feel?
Since this is my alma mater, I love this school. I mean, I tell students every time I have the chance, this is my dream job. Mm-hmm. And to be able to share my excitement with the students, I think they feed off of that also. I'm not walking around like, oh, don't talk to me. I'm one of you. I grew up right up the street on Royce and Casitas. I went to gyms in the morning every morning actually, to eat breakfast. So this is my community. This is my school, and I want to make sure that the students feel, number one, proud to be here, but feel that they can have fun here at the school also, and that it's not just about books. It's about growing. It's about getting better and being the best person they can be. So
are there any upcoming projects or anything upcoming that you would like to share?
Our early college magnet program is really growing. We're trying to get our enrollment to grow. Right now we have about 865 students on our campus. When I went here in 1993, we had 2,000 students. We have 500 in our class, and that's more than half the school now.
Wow.
So we're just trying to bring programs back to this campus that will increase our enrollment and just make our students' future a little bit brighter and give them something else to strive for. So the Early College Magnet Program is one huge thing on our campus where students earn college credit while enrolled during high school in regular high school classes.
Right.
So that's one big thing we're working on.
So one big question I think a lot of people would like to know is, when is the construction going to be done?
That is a great question. The construction people tell me the construction will be done in November, end of November. I'm thinking January 1.
So is it gonna
in the
be
new year, everything should be open, the cafeteria, the auditorium, everything should be open and ready to go January 1.
So it should be done before I graduate, right?
I'm hoping it'll be done before you graduate, yes.
Okay, well, thank you for being on
thank
the
you,
show.
David. Appreciate
Hope
your
to have
time.
you again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. I'm here with Vice Principal, Mr. James. How you doing today?
Good morning, David.
So first I want to talk about football. How do you feel just about the football atmosphere here at John Muir High School?
I am incredibly excited about the football program and the development that it's had over the last 4 years. I think we're going in an amazingly positive direction under Coach Sims and also under Adonis Jones. I had to make sure I mentioned him, make sure he gets a little bit of credit. Our young men are fantastic. You know, it's nice to be able to talk about them out in the community on a regular basis.
So you're at every game, just about every practice. What do you see in the young men that we're becoming and will become one day?
You know, it's exciting to see the growth because I've seen you as freshmen and I don't know if a lot of people know, but my background, I was a football coach. And so that's why I'm out on the field so much. You know, I kind of lived through Twan all the time that, you know, I'd like to be out there. But to see the development, to see these kids such as yourself that are now filling out their college applications, ready to go, move on in their life is really important. And it's something that we didn't see a couple of years ago. And so I'm out there just encouraging as much as I can. Sometimes I'm joking. Sometimes I'm trying to make B-Love faster by erasing him. You know, whatever I can do, that's what we do to try to make the program go forward.
So switching to school, you're always personally on me about college apps and school all the time. And just you're always on everybody else. So what does academics mean to you?
Academics is your opportunity. We know that if you can move past high school and get into a 4-year school, the opportunities for your growth are going to be huge. I grew up right around the corner on Parnell Way, so I'm part of the environment. I'm part of the community. I know what it takes. My dad used to drive a trash truck. He dug ditches for a long time. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something more. And I want our students to do something more. I want you to represent John Muir everywhere in this community and in this country.
What college did you attend?
Undergraduate, I attended USC graduate school. I also attended USC for my master's, and then Southwestern University School of Law for law school.
So what was the atmosphere like at USC? Just academically, sports-wise, just everything?
Is this a G-rated program? You know, going to USC is amazing. You know, football drives the school, similar to what football does at Muir. And so every year started with a program that was, you know, one of the top in the country. When you had Marcus Allen and Rodney Peete and those guys that were always competing for a national championship, there was always a buzz on campus about activity. I also happened to be in a fraternity, so I was active on the row. I was actually president of my fraternity my freshman and sophomore year.
Can you tell me what that's like, being president?
It was overwhelming at that time. I thought it was the best thing possible, but it was absolutely overwhelming. I wasn't quite ready for that from a time management standpoint. I was also a band guy at the same time, and later I ran track at SC. So for me, it was a struggle initially until I really understood time management.
So how did you find your way to being the vice principal of John Muir High School?
It happened at a conference when I met our former principal, Tim Sipple. We were introduced by a mutual friend. He really didn't have a position at that point in time, and I wasn't looking, but we had a 2-hour conversation following that, and he said, hey, why don't you apply? And my parents are alumni from John Muir High School. I've got a lot of family up on the wall. I grew up as a Mustang, even though I went to a different school. Every football game from age 4 until about 14 I attended for John Muir High School, and so it just seemed like the nice fit.
What are you looking forward to this upcoming football season and just for all the other sports in the school year?
Football, I'm looking for the playoffs. I really want to see us make a playoff run because I think we're a very, very talented team. As for other sports, seeing their growth has been incredible. You know, seeing softball competing and winning league games, seeing volleyball competing on a regular basis, seeing our basketball program, especially our girls program, grow exponentially has been huge. Rebooting our golf program, restarting our swimming program, restarting our water polo program, having tennis going. Those are the essence points of the school, and I am so happy to see those things moving forward. That was kind of one of my goals when I got here, to see the sports come back at John Muir High School.
Well, thank you for being on the show. Hope to have you again.
Appreciate it. The next time will be when?
Who knows? Welcome back. Now we'll talk about this week's upcoming game, which we will be playing Arcadia High School. So, Coach Sean, what's the game plan? I know this is a very big game.
Yes.
For us. A lot of our players from both schools grew up together. We know a lot of players from their school. They know a lot of players from our school. So what's just this week's game plan?
To win. I mean, to be honest, I think this is the perfect game to bounce back from after the Burbank game, because there's not much to talk about. You guys already know what's at stake, just as far as positioning in the league and as far as bragging rights between friends. So I mean, this is a big game. Like, it's a lot of you guys you went to school with. It's guys on their sideline that we coach with or that we didn't help raised up as well. So it's just it's a big game for a lot of reasons.
So in the beginning of the season, Arcadia got a few players from our Cathedral, such as Jabari, Dylan, and a couple other players, and they called themselves the Super Team. Okay. So how do you feel about hearing that?
I don't feel at all. We play on Friday,
right.
So we'll see how super they are. I believe, I'm confident in you guys. After our team meeting yesterday, I mean, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go, and I know you guys are too, and I know they will be too. So it should be an exciting game.
So every year it's like they bring out all the stops and put on a whole show when we come. So just how do you feel about that? Like, I played at Muir. I didn't coach at Muir, and it's always been like that with Arcadia. So for me, it's just another game. We didn't had it where they didn't had firework extravaganza before the game, and now they got the scoreboard and all that. Jumbotron and all that. So yeah, they, like you said, they gonna put all the stops, but at the end of the day, we there to play football. Right.
So we can't get caught up in what they got going that's not in between the lines and does not have anything to pertain to the football game.
So is there anything or anybody that needs to step up this week, or what do we need to focus on this week in practice?
It's everybody, the whole Mustang team, the fan base, everybody, so everybody come out. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a great game. And, I can't wait. But the boys is ready, and I just can't wait to get this game going.
Well, thank you for being on the show. I hope we come out with a win this week. Come support us at Arcadia High School this Friday at 7 o'clock. Come out, support, go Mustangs.
What y'all know about it? Man, it's K.A. And you know how I get down. That blue and gold, it's an Stang. And what you know about them Mustangs? That blue and gold, it's an Stang. And what you know about them Mustangs? That blue and gold, it's an Stang. What you know about them Mustangs? That blue and gold, it's an Stang. What you know about them Mustangs? That blue and gold, it's an Stang. What you know about them Mustangs? That blue and gold, it's an Stang. What you know about them Mustangs? Like, who you know where that blue and gold better than us? If you speaking on the Stangs, then you should know how we come. Ain't no running out of ammo, we got guys that gon' bust. Pass runs, it don't matter, all we dive is in tubs. Ain't just worried about the toe, so battle rappers in front. Other teams that want beef, not as hungry as us.